On this epic adventure, my family and I traveled deep into the Ozark Mountains to find Gunner's Pool, a beautiful area with crystal clear water stretching along North Sycamore Creek. Our adventure started with a scenic drive up the Ozark Mountains. We're going deep into the valleys of the Ozark Mountains, where the water here is so pristine and untouched that it is supposed to be some of the clearest and most beautiful water in Arkansas, and at least in this part of the South. As you can see, there's a whole lot of different rock formations here in the Ozark Forest. The road is very twisty and windy. We made it, the Gunner Pool recreation area in the Ozark National Forest. We made it. We're about to go set up. Oh my gosh. Look at that, you guys. This is absolutely amazing. The water is crystal clear. Check it out. Wow. It's coming straight from the mountains. I'm sure this water is a good 20 to 30 degree difference. The water at Gunner's Pool was quite cold as the river is flowing from the northern parts of the Ozark Mountains southernward. After observing the water's beauty from above, it was finally time to take a very cold dive. I'm gonna have to put it underwater. I have to admit, I had never seen water so crystal and glassy clear like what we saw at Gunner's Pool. You can see straight down into the river and see all of the beautiful rocks, plants, and fish. At this point, the river was only about a good 3.5 to 4 feet deep, but we decided then to venture into the deeper parts of the tributary. There were fish and minnows everywhere, picking at our ankles and toes and finding little things to eat off the bottom of the riverbed. But I will say that at this point in the dive, my swimming skills really had to come out. The force of the flowing river against my swimming strokes was very powerful. At this point in the dive, the river was about 10 to 15 feet deep, as you can see me doing a lot of free diving and rappelling and pulling myself down with the rocks. People often ask me why I'm wearing tennis shoes on my dive. I am wearing Merrell Siren Edge waterproof women's hiking shoes. Because of my epilepsy, sometimes my balance is off. I love these shoes because they offer select grip outsoles that provide traction when and where I need it. They have 4.5 millimeter lugs that help provide grip and a bit of slip resistance when I'm walking on uneven terrain. My hybrid hiking shoes also offer protection from my sensory issues. As much as I love nature, I just can't deal with anything touching my feet sometimes. These wonderful hybrid hiking shoes have antimicrobial agents that help reduce odor buildup in the shoes, while also providing a waterproof impermeable membrane that keeps the elements out while still allowing my feet to breathe. The only problem is I'm always having such a great time on my epic adventures with my family that I can barely keep my shoes tied. There were very large and beautiful rock formations scattered along the riverbed. I would have to say that our favorite part of this dive was all the aquatic creatures that we got to see. There were fish, tadpoles, snails, crawfish, all kinds of underwater creatures for us to discover. We were surrounded by underwater wildlife every time we took a dive. What an honor and pleasure it was to be so up close and personal and intimate with Mother Nature. My oldest son and I enjoyed walking along the cliffs and rock formations that lined the river. Unfortunately, the water was not quite deep enough for us to do any diving off the rocks this day, but we're looking forward to going back when the water levels are a little higher. This is so beautiful. We decided to take a hike down some of the shallower ends of the river. Along our hike, we came upon this beautiful rock formation that had created a crystal clear pool. I simply could not resist diving in. And I was not disappointed. There were so many beautiful fish down there, and the rocks were making this amazing sound as the river flowed through the crevices in the rock formation. At this point, I was so grateful to have my Merrell hiking shoes to provide me with some extra traction and slip resistance along our hike. But I'm even more grateful for my loving, supportive, and adventurous family. I am so grateful for my loving wife and our 2 sons. Without the loving support of my family and the medicinal power of medical cannabis, none of these epic adventures would be possible for me. Being able to enjoy nature and the outdoors with serious chronic health issues is a challenge. But I am so grateful to have a loving wife and 2 sons who support and go with me on these epic adventures.
I got him! I got him!
I was able to capture some amazing slow motion footage at the river. As my oldest son would say, they were bussin'. After finishing about a half-mile wading hike through the river, we decided to stop for a lunch break. Yes, ma'am. Signature PB&J's on this Sara Lee artisan bread, y'all. It's like the softest bread ever.
I just falling off that. No, I don't want to mess with that. That's pretty hot. You may not survive that one. I don't think.
We're having PB&J's. My favorite part of this trip was just laying back and floating in the river and allowing Mother Nature to take you wherever she wanted. I highly recommend that you and your family make some time this summer to visit this beautiful spot in Arkansas. As always, thank you guys so much for watching the epic adventures that me and my family enjoy. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, stay high.